Hello everyone, welcome you all to Manage Engine Applications Manager. In this particular video, we are going to discuss how you can back up the Applications Manager data in case if you're just doing a server to server migration, how you can going to restore that particular database backup. And in case if there is any maintenance that you have planned and if you want to just clean up any chunk entries or you need to just improve the performance of the database, how you can perform that database maintenance. So these are all the three different topics that we are going to discuss on this particular video. First, let's discuss how you can back up the applications manager data. So for taking the backup, if it is a Windows server, just open the command prompt. So in case if it is installed on the Windows machine, so just open the command prompt with run as administration. So whenever you're just running any script that belongs to the applications manager, any troubleshooting script or any backup or a shutdown or start script, so you need to make sure you're opening the command prompt with administrator rights. So once you just open the command prompt with administrator rights, you need to navigate to the installation directory. So just go to the app manager installation directory. From the installation directory, that is from the applications manager home directory, you need to move to the bin directory. So once you just be there on the bin directory, we have a command to take up the applications manager backup. So the command right now we are going to discuss is only for the applications manager, which is using the bundled database, that is PostgreSQL. So the methods that we are going to discuss is purely based on the bundled database. Okay. So for backing up the bundled database, we have a file here that is backup pgsql.bat. So if it is a Windows, it will be in bat file. So if it is a Linux machine, it will be there in the sh script, shell script. Okay. So once you just given this particular command, we can just give a help. With this, you can identify like what are all the parameters you can just pass. For example, for taking the backup, whether you want to take the complete database backup or only a reports table backup or the configuration table backup, or in case if you want to exclude the reports from the particular backup of the Postgres database, you can just give the specific parameters after the particular script. So right now, if you want to take the complete database backup, you can just use ---- database, so that this script will be executed and the complete database backup will be taken for the bundled Postgres database. So it will take time. So either the applications manager can be shut down during that time or it can be up and running. So once the database is taken, it will be present under the backup directory, which is under the app manager home working backup. Okay. Let me just show you that once the backup is completed, it will be there. Right now, I just opened that. As I said, it will be there in the working backup directory. So all the database backup that you're performing from the command line will be stored on this particular directory only. So if you can just sort it by date. So today I'm just taking a fresh backup right now. So that particular backup will be stored on this particular directory. So it will have the version of the applications manager and the date and the respective type, whether it's a database backup or a conf table backup. So it will be mentioned on this particular folder name itself. Okay. Let me just open the file in which it is taken. So it is how. So it will be in the zipped format. The database backup will be. And in case if it is getting failed or if it is getting failed in between, you can just verify those backup traces on the, just go to the app manager 15 directory and here you can see backup logs. So in case if the backup is getting failed for any of the particular table is missing on the backup, you can just verify this particular log by opening it. So right now the database backup is going on, so it is not giving any error trace. So in case if there is any issue, it will be thrown on this particular log file. So this is the first method that we can perform for backup the applications manager bundle database. So in case if you're using the SQL database as the backend for applications manager, your SQL team needs to take the backup manually. Okay, or else in the latest versions of applications manager, we are just given the backup option in the UI itself. You can just schedule the backup. So that is the best practice that we are suggesting for all our users. So just go to the settings tab. In the settings tab under tools, you can find an option backup schedule. So this backup schedule is applicable for both bundled database, that is Postgres, and your customized backup like the other database type, that is MS SQL as well. So for these two different database types, this particular backup schedule is can be achieved. Okay, so you can just schedule the backup. So either you want to take a full backup or a configuration data or only on the configuration report data. So you can just select the respective type, and you can just select the timing as well, whether you want to take a weekly backup or a monthly backup. So we highly recommend you all to have a weekly backup. Okay, so that can be on non-business days as well. Okay, so you can just select the timing and the select date. So whether you want to just perform it on a weekend or any weekday, you can just select that particular day as well. So once that is done, the next thing is location. So as I said, if it is a bundled database, it will be stored on the App Manager home working under the backup directory. So in case if the particular drive is occupying more space or if it is having only less space, if you want to move that particular backup to a different drive or different path, you can just choose the custom directory and give that complete path here. So once this is done for the bundle database, so the next thing is cleanup. So as I said, since we are taking every weekly backup, so you can delete the files. For example, in case the drive is occupying more space due to this particular backup, you can just have at least last 3 weeks data backup. So apart from that, other backup will get deleted automatically. So whenever a new backup comes in, the older backup that is less than 3 weeks will be automatically deleted by selecting this particular files. Or in case it is based on a days, whether you want to just clean up that particular backup for every 30 days. So you can just either configure as a day basis or on a file number of file basis as well. So once that is done, you can just select the respective type, whether it is a full database, config, report data, or config report data. So this particular custom directory can be achieved for the bundled database alone. So right now, so apart from that, if it is a SQL backup, it will be stored on the same drive of the MS SQL databases. So this is the second method, and this is the latest method that you can follow. Instead of taking the backup manually, you can use this schedule backup option in the latest versions, so that without any manual effort, automatically the database backup will be taken every weekly on the particular selected day as well. So right now we have just discussed how you can take the backup. So in case if you want to restore a particular backup, for example, you are migrating the server from one to another, and in that, like, you'll be installing the same version of applications manager. And once that is installed, now you need to restore the same databases so that the data will not get cleaned, or it will have the continuation where it left off. So for restoring the database, again, we need to just open the command prompt. So once you just been to the command prompt, there is a script file name called restore PostgreSQL database. So for the restoration, for the bundle database only, this particular script is applicable. So if you're using a MS SQL database, so instead of restoring the database, you can, while installing the applications manager, you can just point to the respective database and install the applications manager, so that the data will be continued where it left off in the old server. So this, but since we are using a bundle database, we are suggesting to go with this particular restore step. So once you just given the script name, just hit enter, so that it will give you the complete path or the parameters that you need to just give along with this particular restore script. So here, while you are restoring, just give the script file name. Once you're just given, within the double quotes, you need to just give the complete path. Okay. For example, currently my database backup is present on D drive. Okay, under the App Manager 15. working directory in the backup. So as I said, like all the backup are present on this directory. In case if it is located in the new server, if you are having in a different path, you can just give that particular path. So once you just given, you need to just give the file name. Okay. So within the file, this is first one is the folder name. So with the same name, there will be another zip file which will be present within the same directory. So just give that particular file name. It will be in the zip format. So once you just given this, hit enter so that data will automatically restore to the new server. So while performing this restore operation, the applications manager should be in the shutdown state. It should not be up and running. So once the restore is get completed, you can just start the applications manager on the new server, and it will have all the previous historical data in the new server as well. So this particular restoration can be considered when you are migrating from one server to another. So now we are going to discuss in case if you are just moving the applications manager from one drive to another. So instead of using a D drive on the Windows server, you are just migrating to the E drive. Okay, I'm just giving an example. So once you just like if you are going to perform this particular operation, so instead of installing a fresh app manager and restore the database, the easiest way that you can follow here is like just go to the old drive. So for example, right now I'm just migrating to D to E. Okay, so shut down the applications manager in D drive. Okay, and go to the bin directory, and within the bin directory, just uninstall the service, because in the since it is a Windows machine, by default it will be installed as a service. So uninstall the service. Okay, so once you just uninstall this particular service on the D drive, okay, take the complete folder, just copy the folder and paste it on the E drive. That is the new drive where you are going to migrate the applications manager. So in the new drive, just paste that particular copy of the applications manager and again navigate to the bin drive. Let me show you that. And just go to the, so once it is migrated, go to the E drive, app manager 15, and then go to the bin directory. And here type this command install service that bad. So once you just installed, what will happen? The new service will be installed, pointing the applications manager which is present on the E drive. So only this particular steps you are going to need to follow for migrating the applications manager or moving the applications manager from one drive to another on the Windows server. So the same thing that you can just follow for the both MS SQL and the for the Postgres database as well. So if it is a Linux machine, no need to worry. In case if you are installed as a service, you can just uninstall and install a fresh service once you just move to the correct location on the Linux server as well. So this is how you can just take the backup from the command prompt using the backup pgsql command, or you can use this backup schedule option that is available on the applications manager UI on the latest versions, so that this backup will be automatically scheduled without any manual effort on this. We are going to discuss about the maintenance of the applications manager database. So when it comes to the maintenance, like as I have just as we have discussed, so there are two major databases that we are using for the backend. One is Postgres, that will be the bundled one, and another one is the Microsoft SQL database. So when it comes to the Postgres, so it's a very simple steps. So either you can perform the database maintenance from the command prompt. So you know, shut down the applications manager. The steps are given in our document. So shut down the applications manager and start the particular database service alone. Once the database service is started, you need to execute this vacuum command to perform the maintenance. So this is how you can perform it from the command line. Whereas in the latest versions, we are just given this option in the UI as well. So just go to settings tab from the applications manager UI, go to support. In the support, click on database summary. So once you just click on database summary, click on DB status. And here you can view all the list of tables that are used by the applications manager in the backend database. So here, in case if a particular table is having a huge rows, or you want to perform the vacuum or reindex to the particular table, you can just select the table here and perform either vacuum or the reindex. So this is, you can follow for a single or multiple tables. In case you want to just delete the stray entries and want to just fine tune the performance of the database, click on this database vacuum so that all the tables within that particular database will get uh, boost up with this particular operation. Okay, so this step is for the Postgres database. And when it comes to the MS SQL database, it needs to be performed by your SQL management team. So there is a database team. So these are all the two steps. So you need to just perform the repair DB steps first and then the reindex. So these are all the two mechanism you can do it. So one from the command prompt for the Postgres database, and for the Postgres database, you can perform the vacuum and reindex from the UI itself in the latest versions of Applications Manager. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time.